Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how you're going to be able to find a product that makes you $10,000 in 2021. Yeah, not $1 million, but you can start looking now for something that's going to provide you with a small stream of income in 2021. And today we're going to be looking for just that. You have to start getting used to, as an entrepreneur, being a little bit ahead of everyone, right? It's still October of 2020, yeah, but this is when successful Amazon sellers and entrepreneurs start thinking about what they're going to be doing in the beginning of 2021. So if that sounds like something you're interested in watching, be sure to stick around to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're here in my computer and I have a personal homework assignment for all those willing to accept the mission. I want you, this is something that I personally assign to a lot of my students. I want you to go find a list of 20 to 30 products that you can sell in the beginning of 2021. 2021 is going to be a very promising time. I'm very hopeful, right? There should be a lack of or no restrictions for sending things to Amazon. There should be no storage limits for most accounts that have a normal IPI. There should be a plethora of opportunities because 2020 was such a strange year. Everything got thrown off balance. A lot of people aren't competing in the Amazon space. It's a really good time to start thinking about what's that steady foundation that I'm going to build in the beginning of 2021 as a new seller. And today I'm going to personally challenge you, like I said at the beginning of this video, to go out, use a tool like this or whatever tool that you want to use. I'm using Helium 10's Black Box, and you could go find 20 to 30 products that you're going to potentially narrow down to 1 to 3 and then pick something right here is where everyone stops. So they start doing this step and then they don't execute. The whole reason that I assign this to you and my students, find 20 or 30, is that at the end of that, whatever you're left with, you should sell. Okay? Stop making excuses. If you find 50 products and you get down to 1, don't restart and go back to 50 again. Okay, actually execute on that product if everything lines up. So let's go into my computer here and let's start actually looking for some of those things. Okay, so first of all, I have a lot of product research videos. So what we're really going to be talking about today is why you should be looking right now and not so much how you should be looking. You could follow along and put in some of the filters that I put in here. Feel free to do so. But mainly what I'm looking for when I come into a tool like this is something that I can sell maybe 5 units a day of. I don't necessarily need my products to make $20,000 per month individually. If I could find products that are making $4,000 a month revenue, $1,500 or $2,000 a month in profit, I can repeat that. I could rinse and repeat that process and I could keep stacking this. And that's actually asset allocation, right? It's actually better for you to have 10 products all making even just $1,000 than one product making 10,000. Any risk advisor would tell you that. I mean, it's kind of common sense. So I'll start looking through here, and all those products that everyone blows over, those are the things that I'm scooping up. My products right now sell anywhere between $8,000 to $13,000 per month, and that's on the high end of that. I have a product that sells just after going out of stock, my picture hanging kit. We've got it back up and running. It's doing a little over $3,000 per month right now. And we're hoping to get that to up to that 3 to 5 range, right? At a 35% margin. That's all you need, really. Okay. So don't go out and watch all these videos of people making $200,000 per month and think that is where you start from. Well, yeah, a lot of those people got there because they did this process over and over again, and they have 50, 100, 120 different ASINs, right? It's not just one product that you're going to get lucky with. So in the beginning of 2021, I challenge you right now, start looking for this product. Because again, you can't just go, okay, it's 2021. I'm officially an Amazon seller and my product's going to be here. No, it takes time. So now you have to start looking. Then you start sourcing. Then you start ordering samples. Then you start getting your photography going. And pretty much if you start now, by the beginning of 2021, you'll have your first product going. So I'm looking through here and I'm looking for, opportunities that can make me several $1,000s per month in profit. In order to do that, they probably have to be making about twice that or a little more than twice that in revenue. keep in mind when you're starting your business and you're doing this challenge that I've officially issued, keep in mind you want to sell something that you're going to be able to keep in stock. Going out of stock is going to definitely hurt you. So try and find something that, if you have a couple $1,000s, don't sell something that requires a couple $1,000s a month of inventory. Sell something that requires maybe $700 a month of inventory to keep in stock, and scale slowly. Everyone wants to go straight from 0 to 100 real quick. But I'd much rather go from 0 to 1 and never go back to 0, and then go from 1 to 3 and 3 to 4 to 7. Right? So you can make small steps, but you think of it like going up a staircase. You can make maybe 2 or 3 steps at once. Those of you who invest in yourselves and go out and use the right tools and are constantly honing their craft, you could probably take 2 or 3 steps at once. But no one takes 50 steps at once. No one's got legs that long. And the same analogy applies to how you're going to run your business. You just can't scale that fast. It's actually dangerous to do so. So as we look through here, I'm kind of multitasking here. I'm talking to you and looking a little bit, but there are certain things that stand out to me. For instance, this is one of them. I'll add that to my list, and we'll come through here and we'll look a little bit more. But for the most part, let me jump into this because looking through this tool can be a little bit boring sometimes. So let's go to the product page on Amazon. We'll start to see if maybe this is something that I could potentially sell in the beginning of 2021. So let's take a look here. It looks like this is for crafts, for holding yarn. First thing that I notice is this listing is doing well. They have 4 pictures, 2 of which are white. The other 2 are also on a white background, but they have some props on them. They have some variations here. Looks like only this one and this one. This one's actually fulfilled by merchant. This one's prime. It's not a high quality listing. If we look over the last year, they've actually had below a 10,000 sales rank for a majority of this year, which is really impressive for a product of this caliber that has such a bad listing. So I immediately start asking me, is there any way that I could sell this exact product, but do it better than they are? Maybe I add a bundled opportunity, maybe not hair combs. I don't know why that's. But I do something to change it, right? You guys know how this works. I make this product better in some way. Let's go see now. So it's a wooden thread rack for sewing. Let's just take that whole phrase and let's go see. We'll see if the other competitors are just as bad or if anyone has a really high quality version of this. We come through here and I do see other options that do have far better social proof, some with over 1,000 reviews, but that's not necessarily going to scare me away right away. So there might be something missing here that a lot of these sellers just aren't getting. Something that we could pick up on by reading reviews or ordering those products and seeing what their packaging looks like or flaws that you can pick up on. There's a lot of stuff we could do here. So let's see the review count. Is there any example of someone that just started or maybe in the past couple months started and is doing well? In this case, I would say maybe this one. 18 reviews. And what do you notice? They have a completely different design, and this one's actually spinning, I believe. Yeah, rotating. So look, they just started, and they're doing that well. It's a #1 new release. Very simple product. Probably not going to have a lot of issues with this. Guys, they started this month. They just launched. They're doing fantastic. They have a nice listing. I definitely like this listing better. I still think they could use some lifestyles. These are all on white background. It'd be nice to see this like in a craft room, something like that. And I don't know about you, but I don't see anything like that. So they did something very smart. They made a change to the market. That's the same one, just sponsored, by the way. Made a change to the market, and they're being rewarded for doing so. So those are the kind of things that you can think about when you're going to be launching your product. When you get down to that list of maybe 1 to 3 products out of that list of 30, all you have to do is start asking yourself, how can I stand out here? And let me give you this final tip before we wrap up today. Think of a way that you can stand out with your product that's going to be noticeable with the first image. Right away, I know that that's a different design and a different kind of product than what's being provided currently. Even someone who sees this with 1,200 reviews and then sees this instantly knows what's different about it. And guess what? This holds 60, but this holds 80 and it spins. And it's not as big because it's vertical and not built outward. So start thinking in that train of thought. Think like a professional seller would think. How can I evolve this? Make it noticeable so that people see what's different right away, and then make a high quality listing to provide the ultimate level of trust and security to a customer that's coming to buy from you. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you follow through on this challenge of finding 20 to 30 products, narrowing it down to one, and then moving forward with that product to get it going in the beginning of 2020. Even if you could just get away with $800 or $1,000 a month in profit from a product that makes $3,000 or $4,000 a month in revenue, over the course of the next year, that'll be a big improvement over what you've done this year if you haven't started already. And then you could repeat that process as many times as you'd like. So if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like down below, and if you didn't, a dislike. And as always, I'll see you here on the channel tomorrow for another video. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks so much. Later.